Green lines, rising prices, and a bit of a rough patch. Yeah, OnePlus hasn't really had it easy for these past few years. But now the OnePlus 13 is here and it's promising to bring back the hype. So the question is, does it deliver? I've been testing this phone for 2 whole weeks, putting it through everything you can imagine, and today you're getting my full unfiltered Digit-style review. But hey, before we dive in, do us a quick favor. Help us hit 400k subs by smashing that subscribe button below. Alright, let's talk specs because you'd expect nothing less than top notch for OnePlus's flagship, right? This year we're looking at some solid upgrades, IP68 and IP69 ratings, a bigger battery, a faster processor, and improved cameras. Now all of this premium hardware comes at a rumored price of about 70 to 75k rupees. So the big question is, does the OnePlus 13 give you that premium experience in the real world, or does it just look good on paper? Let's find out. The OnePlus 13 is lighter, thinner, and dare I say, way more premium looking than its predecessor. They've gone for a flatter frame this time around, and honestly it makes the grip so much better. I've always loved how OnePlus approaches design. Unlike Samsung and Apple, which stick to the same aesthetic year after year, OnePlus keeps things fresh. They stick to their core design elements like the circular camera module in the top left corner and the OnePlus logo centered on the back. But they mix it up just enough, like this new silver strip and the removal of the left border around the camera module. This makes it feel like you're actually getting a new phone, not just a rehashed flagship with a spec bump. The buttons are solid, although they're a bit mushier compared to the OnePlus 12, but the alert slider, oh, it's perfect with even better tactile feedback this time around. Now the vegan leather on my Midnight Ocean variant, easily the most premium feeling vegan leather I've used on a phone. It's absolutely stunning. If leather isn't your thing though, the black and white glass back variants look super premium too. But yeah, this leather one is my personal favorite. They've also added a new ultrasonic fingerprint sensor that's ridiculously fast and accurate. And the phone now has IP68 and IP69 ratings. That's a huge upgrade over OnePlus 12's IP65 protection. In hand, this thing just screams flagship. So yeah, big props to OnePlus for absolutely nailing it in the build and design department. If you were hoping for a massive upgrade in the display department with the OnePlus 13, I hate to break it to you, but it's pretty much the same as the OnePlus 12. You're still getting a 6.82-inch LTPO AMOLED display with Quad HD Plus resolution and a 120Hz adaptive refresh rate. The brightness, same story. It's rated 1600 nits in high brightness mode, and in my test, it clocked at 1588 nits under direct sunlight. For HDR content, you'll get those insane 4500 nits peak brightness zones in specific parts of the screen. And yes, it supports HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision. Don't get me wrong, this is still a fantastic display in 2025. It didn't really need a spec bump. Colors are vibrant but not overly saturated, the screen is sharp, and the HDR content is just... One cool thing is the 2160Hz PWM dimming, which reduces eye strain, especially if you're scrolling in low light conditions. Oh, and let's not forget about glove mode and Aqua Touch 2.0, which make the screen super functional whether you're wearing gloves or dealing with wet hands. So yeah, while you're not getting a spec bump, it's still a reliable and solid display for anyone who loves watching content on their phone. One area that's a bit grey in my opinion is the display protection. The OnePlus 12 used Gorilla Glass Victus 2, but here we have OnePlus's ceramic guard and we don't have much data so far about how reliable it is. So yeah, a bit of cost cutting has happened here. The OnePlus 13 is an absolute powerhouse thanks to the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset. Our review unit came with 16GB of LPDDR5X RAM and 512GB of UFS 4.0 storage, but if you do want to go all out, there's also a crazy 24GB RAM and 1TB storage variant. Insane, right? In real world use, this phone is buttery smooth. Running Oxygen OS 15.0, it handles everything you throw at it like a champ. Apps open and close seamlessly, and even with multiple apps running in the background, there's zero lag. And if you're into gaming, you'll love this. The OnePlus 13 breezes through Genshin Impact and other graphically intensive games on max settings like butter. Plus, it stays pretty cool thanks to a massive vapor chamber for heat dissipation. Now let's talk benchmarks. While the OnePlus 13 isn't hitting the same heights as say the iQOO 13 which dominates the charts, it still edges out competitors like the Oppo Find X8 Pro with its Dimensity 9400 SoC. The performance throttling, which is probably done to boost efficiency, is noticeable in tests like Antutu and GPU benchmarks. But honestly, it didn't really affect real-world performance, which is what really matters. As for software, OnePlus is offering 4 years of software updates and 6 years of security updates. That's decent, but not quite top tier for a flagship. However, Oxygen OS 15.0 is feature-rich, incredibly smooth, and thankfully not bloated with unnecessary apps. What stands out are the AI features. Most of them are insanely useful. The AI photo editing and text generation tools are super handy, but the star of the show is intelligent search. You can literally ask your phone conversational questions about your flights or any other data stored in documents, and it'll find the info for you fast and accurate. It's a game changer for productivity. Oh, and in our Digit AIQ test, the phone scored a solid 85 out of 100, which is quite impressive. So yeah, performance-wise, this is a flagship that really delivers, whether you're a gamer, a multitasker, or someone who loves cutting-edge AI tools. If battery life is your top priority, the OnePlus 13 actually truly sets a new standard, especially compared to the recent flagships like iQOO 13, Realme GT 7 Pro, and Oppo Find X8 Pro. Its massive 6000 mAh silicon carbon battery paired with the efficient Snapdragon 8 Elite processor ensures that battery anxiety is not really a thing for you, no matter if you're a light or heavy user. Now, like I said before, OnePlus has actually dialed down the performance just a little bit for better efficiency, but it's done so smartly and with no noticeable impact on day-to-day usage. The result? Insane efficiency gains. I'm easily getting a screen on time of 9 to 11 hours with medium to heavy usage, which is incredible. Even for gamers, the battery performance is next level. While playing demanding games like Genshin Impact, the battery drained much slower than it did on the Realme GT 7 Pro, which by the way can lose 20 to 30% of battery in an hour at the highest graphics settings. The OnePlus 13, it cuts that battery drain in half. And when you do need to charge the phone, you're covered. The 100-watt fast charging gets that massive 6000 mAh battery back up to full in just 36 minutes. Yup, we tested it. Plus, there's 50-watt wireless charging support, but you'll need to grab an AirVook charger separately. They've even got cases that let the charger magnetically attach to the phone, like Apple's MagSafe. So if you're all about that battery life, the OnePlus 13 is easily one of the best choices out there in 2025. The OnePlus 13 packs a triple camera system on the back, headlined by a 50 megapixel Sony LYT-808 sensor. While it's not the largest sensor on the market, it punches above its weight, delivering photos with excellent dynamic range and sharpness. It's no Oppo Find X8 Pro and definitely no Vivo X200 Pro, but the results are good enough for a flagship in the 70k price bracket. However, the camera tends to slightly overexpose shots, particularly in bright conditions. On the bright side, portraits are impressive with excellent edge detection and skin tones that, while not flawless, are the most natural looking we've seen on a OnePlus flagship so far. In low light, you get sharp shots with good detail and color, but in extreme low light, it struggles a bit with some noise and blur. The ultra-wide lens is a standout in daylight, giving you sharp, distortion-free photos and even doubling as a macro lens for those close-up shots. Just watch out for some lens flare in backlit scenarios in ultra-wide shots though. The 50 megapixel periscope camera handles lossless 3x zoom beautifully and maintains good detail up to 6x. But beyond that, images start to look a bit soft and slightly artificial. Portraits from the telephoto camera also look excellent in daylight. For the selfie lovers, there's a 32 megapixel front camera that performs well in good lighting, although the fixed focus could be better. And for video, you've got 8K at 30 FPS and 4K at 60 FPS with Dolby Vision. But I would have actually liked the option for 4K at 120 FPS, as it can actually allow for some stunning videos. Now, for those of you who love tweaking settings, the master mode is excellent. It gives you full control over ISO, shutter speed and focus while letting you shoot in RAW format. Now, which phone should I compare the OnePlus 13's camera with? Drop your suggestion in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you. So, is the OnePlus 13 worth buying? Honestly, Honestly, it's a resounding yes for most users. This phone is a beast in performance thanks to the Snapdragon 8 Elite chipset and handles everything from gaming to multitasking like a pro. The 6000 mAh battery is amazing, offering incredible longevity. And when you pair that with a 100-watt fast charger, you really don't have to worry about running out of juice. The build and design feel premium and thoughtful with that vegan leather finish stealing the show. Now, the cameras, while not groundbreaking, hold their own in this price range. Portraits look great and the ultra-wide lens also impresses. Master mode allows you really good creative flexibility. That said, low light performance could be better and video enthusiasts might miss 4K 120fps, but not a significant upgrade from the OnePlus 12. While Ceramic Guard is intriguing, its durability compared to Gorilla Glass Victus 2, which was there on the predecessor, is still unclear. At a rumored price of 70 to 75k, the OnePlus 13 is ideal for power users, gamers, and anyone who values battery life and design. However, if you are after the absolute best cameras, you might want to look elsewhere. Say the Vivo X200 Pro or the Oppo Find X8 Pro. Still, for most users, this phone delivers on the hype and then some. Let me know in the comments, is the OnePlus 13 on your wish list? And don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that bell icon for more reviews. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Yikes.